So you're thinking about building a website in 2023. Great, but where do you start? Does it start with coding, or do you use something like a website builder? Let's talk about that today. Let's go. Congratulations, you're looking to build a website in 2023. There's some big steps that needed to be made to have that decision. Maybe you just started a business, or maybe you're thinking about transforming your current online website into something brand new. But where do you begin? Well, there's lots of options out there today. Beforehand, you used to have to build everything by code, or use these tools like FrontPage or Dreamweaver to build a website. But that's no longer a problem. Now we have these front-end website builders that you can drag and drop easily to create a website that you will love. But I'm just a baker, or I'm just a photographer. What do I know about websites? When you're deciding these things, you're going to have to look at the options that are available, what advantages they have over the other, such as features, and at the end of the day, how much time do you want to spend building a website versus doing what you love to do? Have you ever heard the term WYSIWYG? Well, WYSIWYG is an anagram for what you see is what you get. That means when you design something, you see it on screen as it is presented. Most website platforms these days are pretty much built around this concept. A lot of that stuff is done on the front end now, so you don't have to worry about that when you design. There's so many different types of platforms out there that are available for you to choose from, but knowing which ones are the right ones can be the hard part for a business owner. And how much time do you want to actually spend building a website to make it your dream site? For many, it really all comes down to time. How much time are you willing to spend building your website versus actually marketing your business and doing the actual business that you do? There's so many things that you have to keep up with today. Social media, your actual business on the front end, making sure that you can deal with customers, that you're booking customers, that you're selling your services. All that has to be encompassed. And then next, the website. For many people that I talk to, business owners, they're like, when do I get to sleep? When do I actually get to enjoy what I do? And sometimes that website portion is what drops off. They forget all about it, or they say they don't have time, or they have to do the worst case scenario for them is, having to pay someone to do something for them and then relying on that person to make updates when they need to. With these WYSIWYG builders, you have accessibility. How much access do you want to have to your website to be able to make changes on the go when you need to? And that's really where that time factor comes into play. How much time do you want to struggle building your website? How much time do you want to think about the mobile version versus the desktop version? A lot of these builders are starting to come together to make it a lot easier. So why struggle thinking about code or scripting or HTML? With a WYSIWYG builder, you can build right away and see the results and get online fast, so you don't have to worry about any of those things. And that's where website templates really come in handy. You can just take something that already exists, add your branding, and move on. Building a website in 2023 is easier than ever. Beforehand, like I said, you would either have to know code or use a front-end tool like Dreamweaver to design your website. And that was kind of a hybrid. You would have to know some code or some table features, kind of like in Excel, to build a website on the front end. So it was this hybrid thing, and it was still a little difficult for many people to design with. Other website tools from the past, like Flash or WordPress, they allowed that accessibility very quickly. They kind of made a hybrid where you could just add your content and go. And WordPress was more of a leaning towards the blog side, but then over time, it's become more and more of a website builder. But it's also bloated with old code kind of mixed together. So you kind of still have to know a little bit of coding to make something work. Or you're implementing third-party tools to make that website really do what you need to, which can be a little cumbersome for many people. It also has to be constantly updated, which means if there's a new update for security or bug fixes, you have to download that update into your system just for it to make it work. That also means the template that you've purchased, uploaded to WordPress, sometimes has to be updated to the newest version to even function. So your website might go down during that time period while you're making these updates. Or it might not work at all, which is very unfortunate because your website has to work for your business. With the reliance on plugins and user-driven content to make that website work, sometimes WordPress can feel like a dream for other people, but it's actually very difficult for many users. So even in recent trends with WordPress, they're now doing more front-end builders on top of their own thing. It's kind of like a skin to make it easier for people to build with. But at the end of the day, it's still WordPress. And that has its own flaws of security and hosting and speed. With a templated site through a WYSIWYG builder, not really having to worry about those updates. They happen in the background so you can keep your website online at all times. That's really nice. Now, if you're doing this all by yourself, WordPress might be a difficult solution for you. So looking at website template builders might be the actual best choice. So which website builder is the best choice for you? Well, it really comes down to features. If you're a photographer, you might want to look at some website builders that are for photographers. I work for one right here, where the features are built just for photographers. So you're looking at things like, not just the website builder, but tools like proofing, so you can have private galleries, scheduling, so you can book with people, a blog tool built right in, so you're not having to offload it to another site. And then you'll have things like email marketing and such. Those types of things, when they're all bundled together, pretty much are the same price across the board for all platforms. It really all comes down to what your needs are as a photographer or a business owner. So think about what your specific needs are, and if you can couple it all together versus having it all spread out, the better. Another big thing I look at is how many times do you have to design? Again, it comes back down to time. With some of these website builders, you have to design a desktop version and a mobile version. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just merge the two? Well, with some platforms you can. With PhotoBiz, we know we have this magically mobile, responsive design. So you design for desktop, it'll look and stack on mobile perfectly. And that's what we want for the user at the end of the day. So they don't have to worry about designing it and making sure, oh no, this logo or this image is floated off the screen on mobile devices. Why does it look like that? With some of these sandbox builders, they actually do make it difficult to keep everything in line when it goes to mobile devices. So we made a true sandbox. There's actually a parameter. So when we have those designs put in, you're not having to really worry about is something floating off the screen or if it's not appearing. It is just designed to make sure you look good on all devices at all times. So be aware that when you're choosing a website builder. Another thing is there are some templates out there that are designed specifically for mobile. And when you look at it on desktop, it looks like the mobile version just stretched out. It doesn't look really beautiful at the end of the day. It just feels like a phone stretched out. So think about that when you're choosing a design. You want to make sure that it looks gorgeous on desktop and mobile at the same time. And if you're someone who likes to change your template often, maybe within a couple of months or even years, think about which one you choose. Some of these website builders, you have to start from scratch every single time. So that means they wipe away your content, or you even have to cancel your website and start a new one just to get started. How unfortunate is that for you for a business owner? Again, it comes down to time. With PhotoBiz, we try to keep it easy for users. So what we do is we have the ability to change your template with just a click. And how awesome is that? Your content will remain within the website. It's just it comes up with a new templated shell. You might have to change some colors here and there and just look at the placement of your logo, but that's basically it. Then you can change your fonts or anything like that as you go. Those are the things that we really recommend when we're looking at websites, is how easy is it for you and how much time do you need to spend. Sure, the freedom of design for Sandbox Builder can be really great. And PhotoBiz kind of aligns itself with more of a symmetrical design builder. But you want to make sure that it is visible and easy to use at the end of the day. People know how to build with blocks, right? Well, that's how easy it is to build with PhotoBiz. And we want to make sure that that goes along no matter what and looks fresh and vibrant on all devices. So who should you pick? I'd be a little biased, but I always recommend looking at the features. Do they have all the features to run your business? If so, that's a great start. Accessibility. Is it easy to update your website? Do you have to hire someone to make those changes for you? Can you log in and just make those changes on the fly by just dragging and dropping and updating content? How is it on mobile devices? Does it look good, or do you have to build it twice and kind of make changes as you go on mobile device versus the desktop? And here's a feature that not many people think about. Are you able to get customer support? At the end of the day, are you able to reach out to someone when you need help? And are you able to do it with live chat or phone or even using an online support hub? Those are things that you should look at, when you're looking at articles or anything like that, or is it all user-based? Some of these platforms, such as WordPress, they make you rely on users to be able to tell you the answer, which can be very cumbersome when you're looking for the answer online. So consider that when you talk to someone. And last but not least, reputation. When you're looking at building with a website builder, look at the reputation. Have you seen everything? Have you read online reviews? If you have friends that use that business, do they recommend it? Just kind of go through everything before you make a decision. Don't worry, you want to make sure you're making the right one. And that's it. When you're building a website in 2023, we want to make sure it's all about accessibility and the features that go along with it. Are you able to access your website easily and make those changes? Is it cost effective for you? And does it have everything that you need to build a website? And at the end of the day, can you call someone if you need help? Consider those when you're building a website. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Again, like and subscribe to our channel. If you want to see more videos like this, please let us know. We're trying to create more content just for you so you can choose the right solutions for you when it comes to building a website. So if you want to know more about design, please let us know. SEO, please let us know. These are types of things that we want to make sure that you are getting with the Focus Shift video series. See you next time.